Here's some familiar products that we've been working with for a while, and I appreciate you coming out here to talk with me about them and help educate the public about it a little bit. And well, this panel right here, as we both know, is the MagnaRib profile, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Right? Yeah, we've handled thousands and thousands of feet of this, as we know over the years. So this is the primary product that we use for our pole buildings, of course. When it comes to the thickness, the gauge of this MagnaRib is the 29 gauge, correct?
That's correct. The MagnaRib is a 29 gauge panel, and in most pole barn applications, you're putting your panel on 2 foot on center, correct?
That's right.
And
That's right.
that panel is designed for that 2 foot span.
This is a larger profile, of course. We call this a PBR panel, correct? And,
That's correct.
And it's a thicker panel?
That's a 26 gauge panel and made for spans up to 4 and 5 feet over open purlins without any plywood under the deck.
And the purlins are the roof rafters, let's say.
That's correct.
For a steel structure or a wood pole barn, because they go the opposite direction of a rafter, so we call them purlins, of course.
That's
now
correct.
on the walls, the girts, this could span, of course the MagnaRib spans 2 feet on a standard pole building. This PBR panel, it has a capacity to span...
In a steel building structure, it can span up to 7 feet on the wall.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. You know, one thing that's interesting about the MagnaRib and a pole building, where it's different than a steel structure, is the metal itself is used for shear strength. It's what gives the pole building its strength, where my understanding, right, on a steel structure, it's in the frame. Is that right primarily, or how does that work on a steel building?
That's correct, primarily. Although on a lot of welded I-beam steel structures, such as you see here in this building, this panel will provide some shear. Now the reason they can do that is because both of these panels are 80,000 PSI. The tensile hardness, we call it a grade E. It's a very hard product, so it's very resilient. If it gets dented, it'll tend to snap back out. It's very resistant to bouncing and denting, and works very well for a lighter gauge panel, yet a harder panel. So you get your loadings out of that.